Well, a lot of clouds and rain in place across the UP this afternoon, and also one isolated strong storm that did prompt a tornado warning here into Marquette County. Now, everything's beginning to head off towards the north and to the east. We'll keep the rain chances in place, though, as we go on into the early evening, so definitely watch out for some of those heavier downpours, and also maybe even seeing one of those stronger storms. Very slightly possible, but a lot of it is now beginning to head off to the east. That's where most of the energy is now for us. We'll quiet down behind it, and some cooler air, slightly cooler air coming in as we head throughout the night, and then tomorrow looks like highs should only be in the 60s with maybe even a bit of that sunshine in place. But for the here and now, we're at 64 degrees in Marquette with winds now changing out in the northwest at 6 miles per hour. Very cloudy out there, but middle 60s for us in Marquette. Heading off to the west, temperatures sitting in those upper 50s in Ontonagon at 58, 50 degrees. So really cooling off in Houghton at 66 in Crystal Falls, down into Florence at 66 degrees as well. Eastward, upper 50s in Munising at 59 in Escanaba, 80s and upper 70s showing up at the eastern tip of the Upper Peninsula, and here in Ishpeming, we're at 64. Now, winds right now coming in from the south, 3 in Munising, 8 in Escanaba, while at 12 in Iron Mountain. And it looks like we'll see winds anywhere between 5 to 10 for the early evening before eventually they will come to basically an end, very light below that maybe 4 to 5 mile per hour threshold. But this evening, pretty muggy as the rain gets out of here. Also, expecting some areas of fog to develop, so definitely be careful of that as you head out early tomorrow morning. The afternoon on Wednesday looks to be dry for us, some partly cloudy conditions, but we are expecting some of that sun to return for the area. And by tomorrow night, guess what? Another round of rain will be entering for us. We'll be watching out for more of those thunderstorms late tomorrow night, heading on into our Thursday. But as we take a look at our setup, you can see the showers were in place today. That's our cold front that is sweeping its way southward. That's going to bring us the cooler air mass as we head on into our Wednesday. Most of the severe activity, yes, was well off to our south, but we did see that one stronger storm. Not only did it produce a radar indicated tornado, but it even put down some quarter-sized hail. But all of that does sweep south and east as we head on into Wednesday. The rain chances will be very small for us, at least for tomorrow. Not expecting really anything, at least here into Marquette. Farther south, getting closer to the borderline, maybe a slight chance, but better chances are going to arrive late tomorrow night, heading on into our Thursday. But a look at your futurecast model. Everything heading off to the south and to the east, quieting down the rest of tonight with some patchy fog possible. Getting closer to Wednesday evening, watching out for that next wave of rain to come in. We'll see that on into tomorrow night and also into our Thursday. So wet days ahead of us as we head on into Thursday, Friday, and it looks like on into Saturday. Tonight we'll drop down to 50 as the fog will be developing for the region. Heading on into tomorrow, partly sunny skies, winds out of the east-southeast at 5 to 15 miles per hour. Highs only in the 60s as you head north, 61 in Lawrence at 61 degrees in Houghton, while seeing more of the 70s as you head farther south and inland in Florence and in Iron Mountain at 73, 66 in Escanaba, and at 66 in Manistee. For your 7-day forecast, we'll be watching out for those 60s on tomorrow, but guess what? The heat and also that humidity starts to pick up as we head on into Thursday with a high of 74. Rain showers and thunderstorms moving their way in. As we head on into Friday, we'll see more of the same on the way for us with the lows in the low to mid 50s. Into the weekend, maybe seeing highs drop back down into the upper 60s, but that's because we're expecting more of that rain. Once again, yes, maybe a bit muggy during the overnight with temperatures only dropping into the mid and upper 50s. Another blast of heat as we head on into Sunday. Monday will top off at 74 before seeing things quiet down, maybe a little more, maybe cooling off just a bit with a high of 71 on Tuesday, but definitely seeing the cool air during the morning hours with a low of 47.